YouTube, what is up? And today I'm going to be doing my Season 7 Fortnite wishlist. Now, what do I mean by that? I'm going to be going through and talking about what I want in Fortnite Season 7 from arena to map changes to gun pool. So let's get into the video. Also, only 8% of you guys are actually subscribed. If you guys enjoy the content, make sure to subscribe. But if you don't, it's fine. Have on with your day. Kicking it off with Loot Pool, and at the time of me recording this video, no one else has made it. However, I know Aussie Antics said he's making one like this, and I would not be surprised if It's Jurian makes something like this. And we're all looking at it from a competitive standpoint, so our stuff may be very similar. Kicking it off with assault rifles. I want the typical SCAR / Blue AR to stay in the game. That's been in the game since the beginning. I do not want that to leave. However, the first AR that I am vaulting this season is the Primal AR. Primal ARs and all Primal guns have been basically confirmed to be leaving. Thank God. It's a cool idea, but Epic kind of failed. Also, how many clips have there been of people just missing a whole thing, like a whole round, just because there's no first shot accuracy? Like, I'm pretty sure there's definitely been a pro that could have easily beaten someone, but like their first shot accuracy completely missed. Also, I'm gonna be removing the makeshifts. The makeshifts, I had a tough time deciding if I wanted to keep or not, because they're not that good. And if they're not that good, what's the point of getting rid of them if you can just make it a normal AR? However, I thought about it. It's not that fun, literally looting metal the whole game. So I decided to keep the makeshift out. However, another gun that I did decide to add back is the burst assault rifle. The burst assault rifle, or the AUG, was released in Chapter 2 Season 1. I'm talking about that one. However, I would still add the green to blue one normally, but I would also rather have the AUG. It's not that broken anymore. Keyboard players can use it just fine as controller players, so it's not broken. Those are the two ARs I would want in the competitive loot pool. Yes, you heard me right. I'll be back to that later. So for now, for this loot pool, I have as ARs, I have the SCAR, the normal assault rifle, the normal burst assault rifle, and then the AUG. Let's move on to SMGs, because shotguns are going to be a lot more controversial. Oh yeah, if you are wondering, I am going to be removing the crafting feature. I did think about it for a bit, if there's another way to use the crafting feature, but I just decided to get along with it because, like I said, it's not really that fun to be sitting there hitting cars the whole game. So I'm just going to be removing it. There's not going to be a single crafting feature for at least the next season because A, it's just not that fun, and B, I don't think it would go that big with the storyline. In case anyone doesn't know, the storyline's aliens now. It's kind of cool. I used to be a big storyline nerd, but now I kind of moved to the competitive side. But I'm just saying that right now I am removing crafting from the season in competitive and pubs. SMGs. Now might not be the only one, but I just do not see myself really running SMGs anymore unless I'm really forced to. So I'm gonna be vaulting the makeshift SMG and the primal SMG. In case you guys basically cannot tell, every single makeshift and primal gun is getting vaulted because I'm removing all the makeshift and primal and the crafting stuff. But I'm only keeping 2 SMGs. The suppressed SMG and the P90. And the P90, I would rather have its rate reduced a ton. I do not want the P90 really that big. However, I do still want it in the game because it does reward consistent aim. However, I am adding a different item in my competitive loot pool that could hinder the P90's performance, like the jumping in the box stuff. I am adding something. You probably already know what it is, but I'm adding it to stop them just jumping in the box. The suppressed SMG, actually, now that I think about it, the other SMG can stay too. They're just 2 casual guns. They're not that good. They're not that bad. So they can just stay. You're not going to use them endgame, let's be for real, unless you're forced to. Snipers and bows. I like bows. I like snipers. However, there only needs to be one. And at the end of the day, I chose snipers. The reason why I chose snipers is simply because I feel like people have more fun using them. And like I said, I want to have a competitive loot pool and a fun loot pool. So I chose snipers. Now, I'm not bringing back any stupid heavy sniper because that's just jump in your box. However, I am bringing back the bolt action sniper, but it's a little bit harder to find because I don't want it dominating the end game. Mobility, because I'm saving the shotguns for later because this is going to be very controversial. Mobility. I want mobility to return. This season, there was just not much mobility, and you cannot deny that. I have the bouncers returning because they're a kind of skillful thing because you have to use them right or you're going to get beamed. I have the shockwaves returning because the shockwaves are just fun to use. However, I will be nerfing them. And then I have the hoverboards and the ballers returning. And I'll explain those later. Number 1, the bouncers. Like I said, you have to be good with them or you're going to get beamed. That's basically all I can say about the bouncers, really. Shockwaves. I'm going to make it so that shockwaves cannot break builds. Because I'm tired of people exploiting and like just the fact that you're better than them, but they still kill you. Hoverboards. They're not going to be that reliable because you can just get beamed. So I'm adding something that it's like you're only going to use it if you're forced to. Unless you're in pubs. Ballers. I'm adding the ballers because that was one of my favorite metas. However, I'm going to make it so the baller breaks at half and half. So the baller does not get played in moving zones. Because I will admit that is not competitive. One thing that I did leave out is the shadow bomb. I like the shadow bombs, but I just left them out because I feel like I don't want too much mobility. And the glider redeploy, I'm also leaving out because you're not going to really use that end zone. And we're going in the competitive loot pool. Remember, we're making a pub loot pool later on. So that's what I went with there. Now let's get into the very controversial thing. The pumps, or the shotguns. Currently, we have the tac and the pump, and the stupid makeshifts, which I'm obviously vaulting with the primals. We've used the pump in the tac for almost 2 years of Fortnite's existence. I'm adding 2 more shotguns to the phrase. I am vaulting the Spaz, the purple and gold shotgun. I just don't like it. I think it's overpowered and it just ruins a fight. You can be pooping on someone and then they get one shot and the fight's completely different. The attack I think is at a good state. However, maybe buff it by like 5 to 10 damage so stop getting those freaking 20 tags to the head. The 2 shotguns I'm adding are not the drum shotgun, not the primal shotgun, not the makeshift shotgun. What can it possibly be? Everyone's favorite, the charge shotgun. Now, don't get me wrong. I like the charge. I think the charge is a pretty good gun, and I think that it takes a lot of skill. However, we have never seen the charge in a tac pump charge meta. There's always been either the pump and the tac and the charge, or the pump and the charge. There's never been them all once together. I want them to stay all together. However, I want it to be addressed within the first 2 weeks. If they don't work good, we're removing one of them. Probably the tac. I'm not even going to lie. However, my 4th gun, I want this in the game badly. It's the lever action shotgun. I think the lever action shotgun is a teeny bit worse than the pump, or even better than the pump. Because, yes, it does less damage, however, it shoots faster. So, I think that's why the lever action is better, in my opinion. So, if you got that mistaken, we're going to have the lever action shotgun, the charge shotgun, the tac shotgun, and the gray, green, and blue pump shotgun. No spazzes. So, to recap my loot pool, we have the Scar, the Burst Assault Rifle, the normal FAMAS or blue assault rifle. We're going to have the suppressed SMG in the P90. We're going to have snipers. We're going to have mobility is going to be the hoverboards, the ballers, the shockwave grenades, and the bouncers. And the shotguns are going to be pumps, lever, charge, and tap. And the healing right now is not going to change at all. There's got to be a way to fix the Cray strat. I don't know how they're going to do it, but I'm not switching the healing right now. I think it's fine other than that. Let's move on to loot pool. Recording this after my stupid ass just said loot pool. I meant arena. Let's get into the arena part. Arena. It's been the same since season 10. It's time for a change. Arena is just so WT. You don't get rewarded unless you're top 5 to top 10 in the world, then you get into a Charian video. No disrespect, Charian, but it can need a little bit of more reward. I think everyone agrees that there needs to be a ranking system. Top 10 in the world have a special badge. Top 100, top 1,000, top 10,000, top 100,000, top 1,000,000. That's a lot. However, you can flex your badge and you can show it anywhere you want. I think that arena just needs to be fixed that way. And I think they need to switch it to the cash cup way of getting points, in my opinion. I feel like I want the cash cup format. So top 50, top 40, top 30, so on and so on. And I want it to be, you have to get to like 8,000 points to get to arena. Because that will be very competitive. And it will make you have to grind. Because once you get to 6K, there's no point in playing arena anymore. Just go do scrims or something. So that's basically what I got to arena. It's very simple. They just need to really switch arena out, in my opinion. That's all I really got to say. There's not much to say about arena. Let's move on to POIs and what I want in the majority, the center of the map, and then we'll go to our pub loot pool. Also, I figured let's just do a cheeky thing and add something in the battle pass. I just want a cool battle pass. I want the tier 1 skin to be that 7 guy. I just want a cool battle pass. I'm gonna pay $9.50 anyways because you get your money back. But please, just be a good battle pass. POIs. Now, my main issue with POIs right now is the lack of resources. Wood you can find everywhere. Brick you can pretty much find everywhere. However, metal is very rare, and I'll check out a picture of the Fortnite map on the screen right now. If you are not landing a major POI and you're like in the center of the map, you're not getting metal. Like, just give up. You might get a little bit, but you're not going to get as much. So, I want to add like a major POI to the middle of the map that's like full of metal. And there might be a city POI coming. I kind of hope there is. I don't want something like the Spire. The Spire sucks. But I could see why they don't want to do that. You need to be rewarded for landing a big POI and going it out. But, like, come on. I would just rather have it so it's a little bit more equal. Like, the top half of the map, Coral Castle, one of the worst POIs in the map anymore. It's, like, even worse than unnamed POIs like Camp Cod, which Camp Cod isn't bad, but it's impossible to really get Storm Surge from Camp Cod. It's still better than Coral Castle. The Shark's good, but Coral's just awful. Because A, your only source of metal is either the Shark, and most people already went there, or that stupid Raptor place where Raptor just starts killing you out of nowhere. It's just not possible to get metal. Steamy Snacks area, you got Steamy and Dirty, and Carmy Split. Those places always get aggroed up. And then you got that one team landing that stupid split that, I'm not gonna lie, I've done this split before, but like the 3-house split. That is just, there's no way to get metal there either. Orchard, there's no way to get metal. I want these smaller POIs that aren't even named just to have a little bit of metal, and it will make it so much easier. And our fan favorite teams, Cough Cough Booga's team, won't have to contest and won't have to throw away their FNCS because their POI isn't bad. Now, I know Booga just didn't want to leave, but that's what I get. That's my point. Now let's move on to the fun part of the video, the separate POI loot pool thing in pubs. The pubs loot pool. Now, I've been a pretty big fan of there being a separate competitive loot pool and a pubs loot pool. However, I'm not adding too much stuff. I'm only adding 5 to 6 guns. Number one, I'm adding those shadow bombs, which isn't even a gun. I'm adding those shadow bombs and the glider redeploy to pubs because they're not really that big or stuff that you need to like really care about in pubs. Pubs is meant to have fun, where competitive is obviously a bit more competitive, so we're gonna add some bit more longer stuff. The infantry rifle I'm also adding to pubs. I only removed the infantry rifle from competitive because I don't want too many ARs in competitive, and you'll notice I'm not adding too much spray AR or SMGs to competitive. However, the loot pool in pubs is obviously different, so it can be more spammy. Same, I'm talking about that right now. SMGs, I'm gonna be adding the what do you call it? The normal SMG, like all of it to competitive pubs. I'm just adding all the SMGs from this season to pubs except the Primal and Makeshift, which actually now that I think about it, there's only the submachine gun and the P90, so I guess you're just having the same loot pool SMGs. I'm adding the C4 back to and clingers to pubs because the grenades are in pubs right now, but not in competitive. I think it's a pretty cool thing. I'm gonna add the rocket launcher to pubs because it's just not fair in my opinion in competitive. I do not have the rocket launcher in competitive next season. And then finally, I'm gonna add the another set of mobility. I'm gonna be adding a grappler, but it's gonna be a lot rarer. It's gonna be like the RPG nowadays. It's gonna be pretty rare. However, it's gonna come out of any chest, so you'll have a pretty good chance of having it. That is going to be my loot pool. I don't know why I said there's going to be different POIs. There's obviously not going to be different POIs. But that is basically the end of this video. Hope you guys enjoy it. I am using a new editing software, DaVinci Resolve. So I don't know if I'm going to add music to this. If I don't, I'm sorry. But hope you guys still enjoy the video. And I'll see you guys in the next one, which might be in Season 7. I might do a review of Season 6. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Till then, see ya.